Okay, everybody, we are ready to do our first drawing of this block. This is going to be a challenge today, but I know you guys are up for a challenge, and when we are done with it, it's going to look really cool. So, what we're going to do today is we are going to draw each of those three animals that I talked about yesterday in the story. So we're going to have an eagle, a lion, and a cow. And then behind all of these, we are going to draw the silhouette of a human face. So one step at a time. Let's start. Let's see, should we start at the top or start at the bottom, do you think? I'm kind of thinking that we should start at the bottom with the cow. So let's see here. I'm gonna do a nice brown cow. All right, we're not gonna worry about getting super detailed with these. I just kind of want them to look a little like, I don't know. I don't really know how to describe it, but suffice it to say, don't worry too much or get hung up too much in the details of these. So I'm going to start with kind of an oval shape for my cow's head. I'm not outlining. Just going from the center out. And even though I have three animals to fit onto this page, I still want them to be a pretty good size. So you can see that's almost an inch already. Okay. Just kind of building that shape that I want, and I'm gonna make her nose coming out this way. And then up here is kind of where, that's what we call the pole, the top of their head where the horns are coming from. That's called the pole. Fun facts that I learned in my days of 4-H. Okay, and then a cow has a short neck. And I know you're saying, Mrs. Richardson, this doesn't really look like a cow. Well, that I haven't done the ears or the horns yet, so it will look like a cow. Okay, and then for the body, again, I'm going to start. And the cow's body is very like square and heavy, right? A big, powerful body to kind of house that very complex digestive system that they have. I'm just kind of using the side of my lead right now. And their hips kind of come up. Their hips are kind of sharp almost. They have this big heavy body, and then they kind of have like these skinny hips back here. My horse used to get knocked by the judges at the fair because they said he was cow-hipped, meaning his hips were too skinny. They thought he wasn't getting enough to eat, but believe me, he ate a lot. He just didn't put on weight very easily. Wish I could show you Emily's because I'm sure hers is turning out even better than this. Don't forget the tail. The cow's tail is of course thin, and then they have a little brush at the end for swatting away the flies. Okay, gonna do some short little horns here for Miss Cow. Even dairy cows have horns. Many people choose to pull them or like remove them, which doesn't hurt the cow. It's like getting your nails trimmed. And we'll do an ear out here. There we go. There we go, Mrs. Richardson. That looks more like a cow. Okay. And then I can go in and like, I'm gonna darken her body up a little bit to match her head and neck. And then you can add some shading in there as well. I kind of shaded here a little darker on her belly to kind of show that's where that is. You can add a little shading where her shoulder would be. Like for her front leg and back leg. And a little shading for her flank, and then her hip kind of comes out like here. There we go. Okay. I'm just gonna kind of bring in some black for her hooves. Just gonna use like these little diagonal lines. It's gonna like dreamy. That's the word I was looking for. We want it to look almost a little bit dreamy. I'm not gonna worry too much about it being like super realistic. It's gonna be kind of a dreamy picture. Almost like somebody is having a dream about the animal kingdom and the different types of animals there. A nice, beautiful round eye. Nostril here. Shading to her coat. This is a cow, right? Not a bull, so we can add some udders here. And I know we're all mature enough not to laugh about udders. Okay, there's our cow, ready for lion. So I think for the lion, I'm gonna start with orange here. And kind of layer in some colors for the lion, because the cool thing about lions is like they're kind of this cool tawny color that isn't just one shade. So for the lion, I'm going to start him right about here. And a lion's face, a cat's face, big cat's face, is kind of like this trapezoid shape. Right? I'm going to make his actual muzzle like a little bit lighter. Blend that yellow in with the orange. This is going to be a male lion, so we're going to do like a nice big mane and everything. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in nose here on the front of his face. And a mouth. And here would be his eyes. So their eyes are like kind of downward slanted a bit. Use a little bit of the light brown to add a little dimension too. Kind of makes me think back to the beginning of the year when we read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, huh? That was a good book. All right, and then up here, he's got an ear. So kind of bring this back. Rest of his face. And I'm going to make the center of that dark brown. Add a little more. Okay, let's start this cool mane. So I'm gonna use the orange as like a base color again. I'm just gonna do strokes out here. Just kind of put in the shape of his big mane. Some of it's going to be coming this way from under the other side of his face, coming under his chin. So it kind of comes up and around him. There's going to be kind of different layers of the hair in his mane. You want to kind of blend them together. So I have kind of like this upper layer that comes up from his face and his ears. And then I have like this lower layer that's kind of coming around this way. But I don't have like a line where like the upper layer stops and the lower layer begins. There's kind of a between layer that blends all of it together. So it looks like, you know, like the hair on your head, where it's all kind of layering together gradually. Okay. Then, okay, I've kind of lost his ear. I'm just going to kind of still see where that is. All right, I'm going to take my brown and I'm going to layer some color on that. I know you guys are master color layerers because you did an excellent job with Mount McLaughlin and all of the layering we had to do for that. It'll be a little darker under his face because there's a little more shadow there. even has like a little goatee going on here. And then if you wanted to, you can even layer in a little bit of the golden yellow for some highlights. Okay. Going back to orange. And we may not show like all of Mr. Lyon's body. Maybe he's like sitting up. Yeah, I'm feeling like this lion's kind of sitting up. And he's kind of looking out over his territory. He's got these powerful front legs. This big old paw here. He would have his hind legs be kind of folded up here. Maybe his tail is kind of curling around here. I'm not going to get like super precise with like what the paws are looking like or what the legs are looking like, because like I said, we kind of want it to be kind of a dreamy quality to our picture. Sometimes in dreams we can't see the tiny details of things, but we know what's there. All right, time to layer in some color. So I'm going to start actually with the tip of his tail, so I don't lose that in the mix here. Brown and kind of highlight where this hind leg comes around. So you notice to kind of show, sorry, I'm getting a little crazy with the book there, to kind of show where his hind leg is different from the rest of his body, I've changed the angle of my coloring here. So for his body, I'm going at a diagonal going this way, but then for his hind leg, I've switched directions. So it kind of changes the direction that the fur is going. And then again for the chest and the leg. So you can kind of see how things are different there. Okay, I'm actually gonna make his mane just a little bit longer. So Sometimes lions, even their mane, they have like a little bit of a tuft that goes all the way down their back. Sometimes all the way down their chest. Depends on the lion. Some male lions don't even have a mane. All depends. This one has a magnificent mane because it's fun to draw. A little texture here and there. All right, I think that line looks great. Okay. Now for our mighty eagle. Okay. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and do a bald eagle. Since we talked about bald eagles in our story. So why not, right? So the tricky part of that is that a bald eagle, the top of its head is white, and we've got white paper here. But that's okay. I am just going to kind of take my black colored pencil and I'm just going to kind of do just little marks like this. And that's going to kind of show, it'll kind of be like where the light is hitting the edge of those white feathers. Okay? And then this is where the rest of him will be. Okay, and then he's going to have a wing. So we're going to kind of do little marks like feathers. And then here's going to be the underside of the wing. So we've got longer feathers coming that way. And they'll kind of meet up right here. Okay. So I'm just going to keep doing these diagonal marks. So instead of outlining the whole thing and coloring it in, we're just going to kind of feel where the shape of that wing is in space here. There we go. So I have just a few that are coming upward in this direction, just at the top of the wing, but most of my wing is going down as far as like the direction that my pencil strokes are going. Okay. And then the neck is like where the white feathers stop. So here's his body is going to be coming down this way. This is going to be a male, just like that bald eagle that I saw when I was 13 sitting in the tree. I don't know if you guys know this, but male bald eagles are the ones that have these really dark brown or black feathers. And the females are actually more of a brown color. Helps them camouflage better when they're sitting on nests. Protecting those little eaglets. All right, and then again, his tail feathers are white. Just do a few little feather shapes there for his tail. Oh, I have a crick in my back today and it hurts to be bent over. That's okay, because this is fun. All right, and then we're gonna put his beak in. So an eagle has this sharp, curved beak, and that helps him to catch fish and to hold on to things and tear the meat off of his prey, feed it to his little babies. There we go. And we can even, don't draw over the beak, we can do a wing going out this way too. It's not going to look as big as the other one because it's farther away from us. Careful up here not to go over that yellow of his beak because I don't want to lose that vibrant yellow. So notice I'm not like scribbling back and forth. I'm going like one direction with my pencil. Just starting here and flick down. Like that. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. And then we're going to give him, go with an orange because it's easier to see. Give him his golden eagle eye here. There'll be like little feathers around it. All right. Eagle, lion, cow. We've got our three main types of animals. Okay, so then I'm gonna do like a little silhouette of a human face around these guys to show that we humans can contain all of these characteristics and then some of what these animals have. So let's see here. I'm gonna choose what color. You can choose what color you want to do your silhouette in. And let's see, I want something kind of the contrasts with all these warm colors that I have going on here. So I'm gonna choose my bright blue. It would look nice in yellow. It would look nice in a bright green or pink. I wouldn't do anything too dark because we don't want to lose like the eagle's feathers and the cow and stuff in there. We don't want it to like cover it up. Okay, so I'm going to start way up here at the top of my paper. And we got the forehead coming down into a nose. The nice thing about this is all just a silhouette. So like if you kind of mess up a line, like I made my nose a little too like tiny and I wanted it to be a little sharper, and I could fix it, right? Because we're just gonna kind of use the side of our lead and make this a silhouette. Okay, and then upper lip. Lower lip, chin, and we're going to come in for the neck here. Okay. And I'm just going to be filling in here. Don't do what I just did and like go beyond your line. Oops. it's late and Mrs. Richardson's hands are getting a little shaky. So be really careful along your edge here. Oh, I did it again. Man, my hands are not wanting to have control today. That's okay. I can clean that up a little bit when I'm done. So I'm gonna go like really carefully around my animals. Don't want to get blue on this nice brown cow or on my golden lion, especially not on the head or tail of my bald eagle. So again, just using the side of my lead, coloring in one direction so it doesn't look scribbly. Going to be a challenge here between my lion and my cow. There we go. I'm just going to kind of put in where my silhouette will end. So I'm just going to bring the back of the head right down here into the neck and fill that in. It's still going in the same direction that I was before. There we go. All right. And then I'm going to take a different color and I'm just going to fill in these sides here. So let's see. I think green would look really nice. Kind of get this like blue and green, like almost look like the colors of the earth. So same thing, I'm just gonna use the side of my lead. You don't have to use these colors I'm using for the face silhouette and the background. You know, you could use yellow for your face and you could use blue for the background, or you could use pink for the face and purple for the background. This is an opportunity to kind of add your own flair to it. Just as long as it's done neatly and beautifully. here's a good opportunity for me to kind of like smooth out those little mishaps that I had when I was filling in my face. So you see, they just kind of disappear as I go in with my green. It was not a big deal. Some of my writing and drawing is showing through from the other page, so it makes my green not look super even. And that's okay. That happens sometimes with our main lesson books. Just means that our book is nice and full, which is what we want. Oops, come back. So lucky me, I'm left-handed, and it's really hard for me to get up close to this spiral. With the, little angle that my pencil is at, so look what I can do. Just use my right hand. I wouldn't recommend that you use your non-dominant hand in your main lesson book. But you've all seen me write on the chalkboard with my right hand instead of my left hand. So this happens to be something that I can do for very simple drawing, like making tally marks or filling in a background. If you're having trouble getting close to the spiral when you're drawing, I would recommend you just flip your book upside down and you can use your dominant hand. However, since I'm making this video for you to be able to draw this, I wanted to keep it right side up. So non-dominant hand it is. I wonder if Beckham can use his right hand too. Sometimes we lefties just have to learn to use our right hands for things because that's the way most of the world works. There. Okay, so we have this cool drawing now of a human silhouette and our eagle, lion, and cow here in the middle of it. So I cannot wait to see these coming up on Google Classroom. Been super impressed with your guys' artwork during distance learning. I can tell that you are still really thinking about how you can make your main lesson book beautiful and how you can do your best work even though our situation is not ideal right now. So thank you so much for all your effort that you're putting in, and keep it up. We just have a few weeks left. And yeah, I will see you next time. Everybody have a great day.